Say hello to the bad guy, Scott Hall, and I've got a scoop for you. And we all know there's a lot of podcasts out there, and I encourage you to check out this one. It's called Going In Raw. You heard it here first. Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw News Brief. Sort of a beefy weekend
news
rundown
beef.
News beef. That intro right there, many thanks to Tim Spulak, the best man of the Friendo community, Friendo Club.
Yeah.
He is the best man. If you're going to have a wedding and you need a best man, Tim's your guy.
I feel like Tim could fulfill all sorts of roles in any sort of ceremony or celebration. Best man, sure. Officiant. Absolutely. MC, without a doubt.
Flower girl.
I mean, if you're having a party or a wedding reception, you need someone to get that party going, that dance floor dancing.
Yeah, dude.
No better man to encourage people than Tim Spulak.
I agree.
He's the best.
Anyways, Larson, let's get right into it. By the way, also, so usually on Mondays, we read questions from Twitter. We're still going to do that, but because we're doing these news briefs for YouTube, we're doing the mailbag section full on in the audio version exclusive of the podcast. So yeah, now it's becoming audio exclusive. It's a new year. We're trying out some new things.
Why not?
Who knows if it's going to last this way? I don't know. I kind of, yeah. Anyways, let's get into what's the news.
Sure. So there's much speculation going around wrestling circles about what Paige's future entails. She tweeted recently, quote, "I have a whole lot of career left in me. 2020 will be a good year for me."
Yeah.
Over on PW Insider, they speculated the following, quote, "Paige is back on WWE Backstage this week. She has been teasing something big for her career on social media." That was the last tweet I read.
Because she also said this. I'm sorry, not to cut you off. She says, I get, and this is sad that she has to deal with it, but she said, "I get told that my glory days are over with my career and that I'm a slut because of the crap that got released about me," the awful violation of her privacy from a couple years ago. "Just know again, people make mistakes when they're young. I'm not that person. Also, my glory days are far from over." So I'm sorry, continue.
All right, sorry. PW Insider continues, quote, "After her last neck procedure, the biggest thing would be a surprise appearance in the Royal Rumble, but there's no word if that is happening." Mm-hmm. Now, of course, she had to retire early due to neck injury.
Yeah.
I don't know what the latest neck procedure entailed. I know she had the initial one after the incident at the house show. And then, no matter what, like 3-4 months ago, she had another procedure. And then shortly, I think at her return, Kabuki Warriors, Asuka misted her.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen her since, apart from backstage.
Right.
I believe, like she had said, and we had heard, it was a situation that if she takes a bad bump, bad things could happen.
Oh, yeah.
Given the nature of her injury. So I'm hesitant to think that her teasing major developments for her career in 2020 necessarily means return to the ring.
She has already started a makeup line, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right.
And so I don't know. I mean, maybe, if she mentions something on backstage, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I remember the nature of Edge's, and granted he hasn't returned. He's in fact denied that he can, but evidence seems to suggest otherwise.
Talking about it, yeah.
But his deal was also, man, this is scary. If you take one bad bump, you can be paralyzed.
That's why he had to retire, yeah.
That's why he had to retire. If he comes back, look, medicine is a crazy, crazy thing. Science is a crazy, crazy thing. You never know how this
modern medicine could do a lot of seemingly miraculous things.
See Brian Daniels, Daniel
Not
Bryan.
quite. Remember the episode of Next Generation where Worf broke his back?
Yeah, sure.
And he couldn't walk, and they fixed that.
What a great reference right there. Yeah, exactly.
Haven't got to that point yet, but seemingly with the Edge situation, close, because he says he could wrestle again if he wanted to.
Yeah, he actually said that. Yeah.
So, I mean, granted, I think his deal was spinal stenosis. That's what Sheamus has been dealing with in the last few years.
Yeah.
That's why, for a stretch, they put him in a tag team with Cesaro to potentially prolong his career. And he just came back.
Yeah.
On a singles run. So, I guess with the right
days,
treatment,
dude, anything
could be possible.
Yeah.
That being said, given everything we've heard, given that it's only been, 2 years since she had to retire, if that.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
No. Yeah. You know what would be great for her? Or great for WWE? They have all these new podcasts coming out. Give Paige a podcast.
Oh, I'd love that.
I think that'd be great.
Well, did you see they're hiring, hey buddy, they're hiring a ton of podcast positions. Corey Graves said on Twitter that we wrestling journalists,
I'm not a journalist,
and their ilk,
I'm a regurgitator.
We're commentators. We would love to work at WWE. Mm-hmm. Are you disagreeing with Corey Graves?
I absolutely
Who
am.
are you? He's the official podcast guy of WWE.
No, I don't really want to work for WWE.
I don't even want.
That sounds miserable.
We'd probably be making like half what we make right now over there anyways.
With a lot more stress.
With tons more stress. That'd be a nightmare.
I mean, sure, we might get
Hold on a
access to
second.
interviewing wrestlers.
What if they said, hey, would you come in and be the podcast producer for the New Day podcast?
They already got a guy.
What if they got a new guy? What if he was like, man, this is too stressful. This job sucks. And then he calls you and said, man, this job sucks. You want mine?
I'll be honest. Like, listen, because he'll pop up on the New Day's podcast. He'll chime in from time to time. Nothing about that show seems like it sucks. I think Xavier Woods.
So you'd take the job if he left?
That would be the one I might.
Jeez, you're pretty easy, be honest with you.
Because it literally just sounds like Xavier Woods flies to wherever they're at. They sit down for an hour, record, and just talk, have fun. The producer guy just makes sure that they like fill a certain amount of time, and like their levels are good.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
they
can kind of do what they want.
Yeah, I'm sure he does a little bit more than that.
He might put some notes together or kind of structure the show somewhat. But.
Anyways, I'll be looking for new. Well, you should get on there, see if there's a position open.
I don't like traveling.
No, you definitely should.
I don't like traveling.
Well, you'd have to travel if you wanted to go see New Year's Dash live.
I would have to.
I obviously did not watch it because it was really late at night last night.
Yeah,
I decided to sleep instead.
Yeah, I slept a lot.
It wasn't the big. I mean, look, it's like last year, nothing really happened. The year before that, nothing really happened. Nothing really happened since Suzuki Goon came back that one year. The first year it was on, or the first year we were watching.
Well, I wouldn't say last year nothing really happens. When Jay White stepped up to Tanahashi, who just won the belt, and was like, "Hey, I want that."
Yeah, there's always new challengers, but returns or turns.
I think we were spoiled by that Suzuki Goon one.
Yeah, totally.
That was a huge thing.
I mean, everybody calls it like, oh, it's the Raw after Mania.
Well, it is in the sense that it's kind of a reset on stories, and
that's what it was.
They point the direction to where they're going.
So we did get some new feuds set up. So Sonata versus Jay White.
Yeah, that seems to be a thing.
That got set up.
Of course, Naito versus Kenta. That's probably going to happen at New Beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's going to be great.
That's going to be really good.
Kenta is a heat magnet at this point.
Oh, man, I did watch, just to get the thumbnail for today's episode, I watched his entrance, and man, I don't think I've heard that level of boos in New Japan. Granted, I don't watch a whole lot, but nuclear.
Apparently at the end, after he and Jay White beat down Sonata, and I didn't watch it as Red Recap, and Naito, he got in the mic and just started talking mad crap, all sorts of crap.
It's great.
It is great.
It's awesome. Yeah, he was all smiling at the crowd.
Oh, man, he was loving it.
It was pretty great.
Loving it.
And then Tanahashi and Ibushi, going after tag belts?
Yeah, there was a 8-man tag team match. It was them and Finn Juice taking on Team Bullet Club, I believe.
Yeah, it was like Scrub Bullet Club. But no, it was a Guerrillas of Destiny.
It was GOD,
Okay.
And then Chase Owens. And the faces won afterwards. Ace and Ibushi challenged Finn Juice for tag titles.
Did you read anything about? Was there any trance Ibushi?
I don't believe so. He seemed to be in good spirits.
Okay, well, oof, man.
Although, here's my hope. Now, one of the previous stories for Kota Ibushi is like he looks up to Tanahashi.
Yeah, sure.
Like who wouldn't?
Yeah.
And when he beat him for the first time, that was a huge deal for Kota Ibushi. So maybe them pairing Tanahashi and Ibushi will eventually lead to something between the two, and we'll get all-out trans Ibushi against Tanahashi.
That'd be good.
That'd be something else.
Take him to the highest of highs, have him win the tag titles, and then the turn happens. That'd be good. Obviously, also the big Liger retirement ceremony went down. I noticed here Zack Sabre Jr. and Will Ospreay potentially feuding. Ospreay was not in action though?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he actually had a match?
Yeah, he was.
Who did he have a match?
It was an 8-man tag match. It was himself, Okada, Yoshihashi, and Robbie Eagles against Suzuki, Taichi, Lance Archer, and Zack Sabre Jr.
Okay, all right.
And Taichi got his team DQ'd.
Well, Ospreay can't be that injured then.
He put a picture on Twitter where he's got some ice on his heel.
Oh, okay. All right. So just a little,
And they get some time off. They get the rest of the month off pretty much.
Yeah.
So maybe he can recuperate.
Well, that's good. Okay, right on.
I don't know how involved he was in the match, but they set up like I think Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr. were brawling to the back, and I
read
it
started off with them,
and I read that Zack Sabre Jr. called Will Ospreay a Tory.
Wow.
And then Zack tweeted, "I voted Labor though."
That's funny.
And also, we're getting Okada versus Taichi. It seems like.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Taichi's great.
You think that's gonna go all the way? Like, is that gonna be a New Beginning match?
It'd be like opening the first shows, though.
Yeah, right.
That also isn't gonna main event.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just time for Okada to have fun again.
Yeah, it's kind of like Balloon Okada again.
Yeah.
Not the same thing per se, but yeah, just
Yeah.
you can go and have fun.
That should be. No, I'll be on. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It would be fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Relaxed Okada is just as enjoyable as Champion Okada because he makes it interesting.
Oh, of course, absolutely. And then, of course, Mox got the drop on Suzuki as he drops him with the Death Rider.
Yeah, man.
So he got a little bit of revenge from Wrestle Kingdom.
He seemed to be enjoying this. I saw some gifs on Twitter of him just relishing the opportunity to be face to face with Suzuki, and those guys are going to have a blast squaring up.
So that's all good stuff. And then, everybody was crying at the Liger retirement ceremony. I saw a gif of Tanahashi. That's how I usually get my New Year's Dash info, is through gifs.
Yeah.
Some quick Impact stuff with Hard to Kill coming up. It was announced on the Chris Jericho's podcast that Rhino has signed a 2-year deal.
Oh, one last thing from New Year's Dash. We're getting a Shingo.
I heard that match was killer.
Yeah, I heard that was really good.
Evil and Shingo Takagi.
Versus Ishii and Goto, yeah.
I found out today that Iyo Shirai is romantically linked to Evil. Didn't know that.
Moro alluded to that on NXT a few weeks back.
Oh, and then also, I believe Dave Meltzer, this is also kind of in the news. I forgot about this. Dave Meltzer said that Iyo Shirai, she's not entirely happy that she's got to be so far away from Evil. So WWE's going to make her a big offer, bring her to main roster, I guess, now.
I saw that too, because
Raw or
apparently
SmackDown.
Bushiroad is going to make strong overtures to both her and Kairi Sane.
So they might be getting huge offers here coming up soon from WWE. That will be interesting. Iyo Shirai is one of my favorite wrestlers in WWE. And so I want her happy.
Yes.
And I want everything good for her.
Yes.
Including title runs.
Oh, absolutely.
Feature attraction on Raw. Or bring her to SmackDown and spice it up a little bit.
But what if what would make her happy is going back to Japan?
Well, then I don't know. I guess she'd go back to Japan then.
Yeah, we'd have to start watching Stardom like for reals.
Yeah, that's not realistically going to happen though. So I just prefer on a program I'm actually going to watch. Right. That would be nice. Are you going to watch Stardom?
If Iyo Shirai was there, I might. Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. I know
I'd definitely try.
You'd say we don't have time. If there was like a big, if we knew what like their big, like if they have like a big WrestleMania level show,
I'm sure they do.
I'd be totally down to do that like once a year and then go from there. But I mean, look, man, there's tons of great wrestlers out there. If she goes back to Japan, awesome for her.
Yeah,
good. I would rather see her on a program than actually watch though. So, and I really want to see her on a show that I watch and has really good wrestling, which is NXT.
This is NXT.
So I would say we just make her happy there. Give all those people raises, for God's sakes.
Yeah, we haven't heard that's the case. Anyways, we're going to get a Shingo Goto feud for that never open weight title. That'll be great. That'll be some hard-hitting stuff.
Is that confirmed that Goto has renegotiated his licensing deal for his never title?
Well,
and now he's going to hand it to Shingo?
I think we'll know the results of said negotiations at New Beginning when that match happens and if Shingo wins the belt.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe he's he was cool with some easy negotiations rather than a long, drawn-out 6-month deal. So it depends on the length of his reign.
That could be. Let's take a look.
Then we'll know.
One more. See if there's browse the news.
So I mean,
here.
It seems like there's no huge shocking thing that happened in New Year's Dash, but
a lot of stuff was set up though.
Yeah, a whole lot of stuff was set up, and it's all pretty interesting. I kind of still wish that we would get more Ibushi Jay White stuff. That's kind of the one thing I feel.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't.
Explore that more,
a little bit more.
But maybe that's something they're going to push for a while.
Before we go, let's do a quick Raw review. Preview.
Yeah, let's see if it's actually up. They've been kind of slacking
off. Brock Lesnar returns to Raw tonight. They said that last week. Andrade puts the United States for the U.S. title. And then this should be this should be good.
Oh, the tag team triple threat?
I hope this is the main event. The OC versus War Raiders versus Street Profits for the Raw tag team titles.
Pretty cool. Street Profits pinned the OC to get those tag titles.
That'd be pretty awesome, man. That'd be great.
We get Street Profits versus Viking Raiders at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, dude.
They put on some good matches in NXT.
I'd be all about that. Yeah. So on the Patreon, later on today on Overrun, we're going to be fantasy booking the rest of all of 2020 in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
So check that out. That's available for $1 patrons and up.
Yep.
Want to say thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. And until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.